Hello, welcome to a new episode on our podcast, and today we're gonna continue talking about the really interesting Dubai real estate market these days, especially with you, Kunal Puri. Hey Kunal, how are you?
I'm great, Elias. How are you doing, man?
Great. How these days been for you? You know, it's been quite shaky days for the real estate environment here in Dubai.
I would say it's been quite exciting days across the entire UAE, and we all are seeing how it's evolving. It's just not about real estate. Real estate is actually having an edge because we can foresee the things in real estate because of a lot of things. But the whole UAE, how they have come up together, how the government has worked together, how exactly the confidence of the residents have been brought back in, how the different initiatives what government has taken, and how exactly they have tied it back into the society, and how they are working with the schools, how they are working with the different segment and different industries. It's honestly a very beautiful to see that. I know it's not the best, but it could be worse, but they have really gone down to limits to make sure things can work in the right way for the future.
Yeah, but we are seeing here with you, with a lot of other people as well, that they give some sort of an optimistic view about Dubai, and yet we're seeing, other people that are saying different things about the situation here. So how can you respond to them?
Well, the people who are not optimistic in Dubai doesn't understand how Dubai works or how UAE works. Because I believe personally that every single human being who is living in Dubai especially is an optimistic person. Otherwise, he would not leave his country and come here. Mind it is 89% of expats living out here. This is a very unique city. You have to evaluate it from that perspective, because when you have only 11% UAE nationals, means when you have only 11% of people who are actually the national of this country, and the 89% of the people who are actually non-national, and in that 89% over 200 nationalities coming together, living here, working together, making their future, you really need to be optimistic to do that, because you're leaving your home back and you come here only for a better future. So Dubai has in its bloodline a mandatory DNA called optimism. And based on that, everybody is actually able to create their future forward.
And on that note, I want to understand with you where we are right now inside this crisis, this situation. But Kunal, on that point, I want to understand something with you, because we've been talking about the fact that Dubai has its cycle of crisis, you might say, and we don't know where we are. Are we still going down? Have we hit the rock bottom, the bottom of the barrel yet? And we start to expanding? What is the current situation, current cycle, the current stage in the cycle in Dubai right now regarding the crisis?
The current stage where the Dubai cycle of real estate crisis is standing is on a realization path. See, you have to understand, we're only 1 month into this crisis. When in the first month, a but normal natural thing comes out is a scare. So we are over the scare cycle. Now we are in the acceptance. Once we get into the acceptance, that's when people will actually understand what exactly is happening. Yes, we are realtors. We see that much ahead of time as compared to any investor. So if you ask me today, are we seeing distressed sales coming in? Yes, we are. It was bound to happen, because earlier, whoever was leveraging or buying properties to flip them in 6 months to a year's time is the one who is actually stuck right now. Do you get my point? Because you have to understand, every investor is an optimistic person. And that's why you see around a lot of optimism in this industry or across the city of Dubai. But those optimists, if they take a wrong decision, then what happens is they fall into the trap of actually losing capital. And that is what is happening. And that's what we are seeing. So it's pure right trajectory what we are seeing in Dubai real estate market, where the initial distress is coming into the market, which is purely in an under construction property, not in a ready property yet. And by far how I can see the industry in Dubai real estate at this time, Ready property might not have the distress coming in. It will have a correction coming in. And mind it, distress is going literally from the current selling price at a 40% below level, whereas correction is somewhere around 10 to 15% price. Now, ready property would not, at this moment, looking at the market, would see more than 10 to 15%, correction in the price, because we need to understand a very simple point that Dubai is a very unique city. Not because I'm saying, because it has certain timelines in a year where it needs to perform in its own best interest. So to understand this better, if you look at it, Dubai has a tourism season which happens in the summer. Now, we all know that summer season is over, but the next season of December is coming. Now, no matter what we say, do you really think Dubai is going to leave that December season and move in 27 into something different? I doubt. I highly doubt. I would really say that Dubai will do its best actually to make sure to tell the world that they are at their peak level back in the next coming December season. For that to happen, you have to understand a reverse calculation needs to be done. And for that reverse calculation, if you look at the timeline, that timeline will start in June, July, my friend. And if that timeline starts in June, July, do you really think that June, July will be the bottom, or June, July, the recovery would have started?